I hit that on right.
It's a white girl with rhythm.
I mean, well, it was.
All that baby making practice.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're off to a great start already.
White girl rhythm, but we started on Black People Time.
Yeah. Oh, we sure did. We sure did. Oh, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Weird.
All right, you know the sound. It is that time. I am Shay, a.k.a. Shay the Shooter.
I'm Kristin, the boss. Welcome
That
back.
boss.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
So,
Run it back.
running back. So, our faux pas, Shay's faux pas.
I mean, it's always my faux pas, to be honest.
This is the
Like,
second time
let's not-
recording this.
Let's not fool ourselves. It's always
It
me.
is always you.
You know.
We're going
we
to
do.
put that, you ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
You ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
Well, welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining us. We have a lot to talk about today that is a little old. Not too old, but a little bit. But we're going to stick on topic because
you
it's
know
some
what's not
important
old?
stuff. What? Me.
Caleb started school today. First day of school.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's why I'm late.
It absolutely is
It's
not.
But he did start school today.
Was he excited?
He was super excited, and then he wanted his mom. He didn't
Yeah, of
want to.
Well, no.
He didn't want to leave. Mom, just sit with me. Mom,
Aw.
stay here. Stay here. Why do you have to leave?
Did they do the thing where they make, like, even if they're crying, they just make you leave?
He didn't cry. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
was kind of like, and then he started playing. He sat down at the table, kind of started playing, and then we kind of just slid up out of
Yeah.
there. So
Did he find some cars?
he was good. Puzzles.
Puzzles. Oh, puzzles. He's big into puzzles.
It's so funny because he's like, I want to play, and the teacher's like, it's not playtime, Caleb. We're gonna do puzzles. He was thinking that is playing. He was in his mind that's playing.
Right,
still, 'cause
right.
He's
Well,
like, that's what I do at home for fun.
Preschool's a whole different genre.
So I'm like, oh yeah, all the things that you call work, it's
Right.
It's play at home.
Well,
So,
good for him. I'm sure he's excited to get back into a routine after you guys took 3-week vacation to Hawaii.
He was there for a month. So,
That's you guys.
yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I wasn't there for a month.
I know.
but they were
but-
there for a
well,
month.
seemed like it.
It felt like it.
It didn't felt like you guys were
I
never
didn't
coming
want to
back.
leave. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I didn't. Well, we're surprised Cameron left.
Oh yeah,
So, he was there for what? 3 months? 2 months?
2 months.
2
I think,
months.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Where's my saltwater taffy?
Oh, I could not find it.
Are you kidding?
I swear, I looked everywhere. I even had Katie looking. So yeah.
You friggin' liar.
I swear. No, because I told her, I said, Kristen's going to kill me if we bring this back.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we didn't bring it back. Even she looked when I was gone. That last week she was there, she was looking still.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask her. Mm-hmm. I promise. We looked.
Sure. Well, anywho.
I'm going to Seattle. I'll bring you some.
Frickin', I don't want Seattle saltwater taffy. I want Hawaiian
I didn't even know if they have it
saltwater
in
taffy.
Seattle.
The water's different
Oh.
over there. I don't know if they actually what they used
A lot
to
of
make
homeless
it.
over
but-
there. The water's real different.
Well, I hear. So I
Yeah.
hear. But no, your trip looked beautiful. I loved all the. No drone damage on this trip.
No drone damage for me, but someone had drone damage, but I will let them tell that story.
No, he didn't.
I will let that story be told by the
Cameron.
yeah. It was pretty funny too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the one we use for weddings, though, is it?
Yeah.
Cameron, I hope you replace that in time.
He got to replace it
Okay,
already.
good. All right.
It's already, he got to replace while he was there.
Yay, insurance.
Yeah. So, we had a lot of fun. We flew some cool stuff. We got to fly some cool stuff. It's beautiful. I would say, we were on Oahu, and Oahu is beautiful, and it's a city, and it's busy. Maui's still my favorite island.
Yeah.
It's just especially for drone flying, it's just so much more scenic and
Cool.
so many cool things. But yeah, so
Love
let's,
that. Love that for you guys. Yeah,
yeah,
it was
it
awesome.
was good.
We were
Now it's time
sweating
to
it
get
up
back
in
to work.
Tucson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding season started.
Mm-hmm.
We had our first. The team had their first bunch this last weekend.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great. They were excellent. We had 2 amazing weddings and
Yeah, it
and all
was
that.
nice to see Tori and Steven in
Yeah.
action. And I don't see Tori because she's out of town, so I
Yeah,
don't see her
she's-
much, but it's nice to see her.
Yeah, it was great. I wish I saw her longer. She stopped by my house after that wedding so she could drop off the cards. And I guess my daughter had been like trying to see her, like was trying to wait up and see her, but she fell asleep. And so in the morning I was like, Tori was here. And she was like, I was so tired. But yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice, and we talked about her Prius and stuff. And so
Her Prius, her little hatchback. I know.
She's like,
does.
it's a Corolla hatchback.
It does. It looks
It's like the best of all the Corollas. I'm like, okay.
of all the
Prius.
Corollas.
Yeah. It's like, If there was a Lamborghini of Chirolas, it would be it.
Oh, I don't know what qualifies that, but
She's very proud
she
of
loves
it.
her
She
little
loves her
Corolla. I miss, yeah, her. You guys are so
She
mean
sees
to
it,
her.
she's gonna be like, "You're rude.
Yeah.
You're rude."
I don't think she listens.
Nah.
Oh man.
She hears it in person. So
She does.
doesn't get her-
She does. I think if there's anyone that we rag on the most, it's probably Tori.
No, Steven.
No, Steven. It's Steven.
Yeah,
It's Steven. 100%. 100%. Sorry, Steven. We're not sorry. Well, if you guys noticed too, we're in another new studio, but
in
this is
another
our
location.
temporary studio while it's hot out.
Yeah.
After watching Steven's episode and the constant sweat swiping, we decided we're going to stay in here until.
Jimmy, and he was just kinda-
Yeah.
He was very uncomfortable.
He was very uncomfortable. So we're going to head back in there probably, October-ish probably?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, probably October. It'll be nice and cool in there. We don't have to have the air blowing so hard in there and mess up our microphone. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll be on time.
And then we can leave it set up in there, though. That's the good thing.
Well,
too.
yeah. So welcome to studio number 5.
5, yeah.
Oh, whatever it is.
AKA the conference room.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
conference room.
The conference room. It's a good conference room.
All right, so what are we starting with today?
Oh, man. I think we were going to talk about the slow season is what we were going to go into the last time we spoke. Now that that's over, I guess we could kind of
What
touch
did
on.
you do during the slow season to get ready for the busy season?
So I did quite a few things. I think a lot of people already know this too. We were supposed to move to Oklahoma, and I was going to start flying back to Arizona starting September to start shooting my weddings. So the past weddings that we had this last weekend, end of August, I actually had 2 of our sets of teams members groups on both those weddings. But when I found out we weren't moving yet, I threw myself on one of those weddings, and I still had Tim associate shoot, kind of take over it primarily because he was, planning on it and all that, and fine with me, good, nice way to ease into the season. So yeah, I was, planning on just kind of focusing on that and the transition and stuff. But with that becoming a big hiccup and everything, I decided to really sit down and kind of not really rebrand entirely, but I reworked my website. I think it's more fun and funky and kind of me.
Yeah.
It still has like my branding
Funky, like
colors.
stanky funky or
Not
funky
stanky
like
funky, but
groovy funky.
Groovy funky, which actually Cameron, when he looked at it, he goes, "What in the Scooby-Doo font is that?" And I'm like, "What?" And he
Groovy.
yeah, it's groovy. Like my a couple of my headers or whatever, and it's just like a groovy kind of font. I love it. So screw you, Cameron. I love it. And I just really love the way my website looks now, and having done it myself, I'm very proud of it. I think it looks good.
Cool.
But I did that. And then I really worked on just kind of, some self-promotion and stuff without, doing any advertisement buying. Because, with Facebook and Instagram and stuff out there like that nowadays, you're getting free advertising.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and purchase these huge, ad spaces anymore. I think we're all very fortunate to live in the age of the internet where we're not, having to purchase yellow page space or billboards or things like that
That's
to get our
funny.
name out.
I was in the yellow pages.
You were the yellow page space, weren't you?
Back in the day, I had a yellow page ad for DJing.
Did you really?
Never
Yeah.
for photography. I don't think I might have had one for photography, but I know I had one for DJing. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, it's nice that we have this. There's pros and cons to the internet, of course, like there is with like everything that is coming out technologically. But this is a big pro, and I do get asked a lot actually by fellow wedding photographers. What do you do for ad space and stuff? Like, how do you advertise your business? Because I get a lot of business. You get a lot of business, and a lot of it is referral based. I'm very proud to say that after like sitting down and watching my numbers and stuff, more than half of my wedding clients that I get are referrals.
That's awesome.
So you want that. Excuse me, I'm dying. You want that because it lets you know you've done a good job. People can tell you do a good job, but you can feel it only when you really get that repeat business or when you get a new customer that somebody else has referred to you.
Yeah.
Because then you really trust their word that you did do that. So, yeah, that's what I did is kind of focused on that. How about you? What'd you do?
I was I'm working on my new website, so hopefully that'll launch in the next 2 weeks. So excited about that. I never really had the video side of it,
Right.
promoting that. So I'm putting that on there. I had packages for it, but never just like a page that was kind of dedicated to video, so people can see
Right.
some of the work and stuff. So putting that on there, just freshening up the pictures, change the the theme and the layout, kind of. Yeah, I didn't go groovy funky. I'm pretty boring and just like. But cut and dry.
But that's also like it's very classic. Like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
style's very classic, and it's never going to phase out. Like that's how.
I'll phase out before it, hopefully.
You will, yeah, you will. But your body will.
Yeah, tell me
That
about it.
osteoporosis.
I
will
went
start
golfing
kicking
the
in.
other day, and I tried to walk. I hadn't walked golfing in a while, and I walked 18 holes. I was miserable. Like I was miserable. I used to do it all the time. I was miserable.
Well, in Tucson you did?
In Tucson,
Okay, well,
yeah.
it's also
It was
like
way
it's
too hot.
100 and something
Yeah,
degrees.
I
Like,
was like-
settle down.
I'm like, yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
It's not
So,
great.
I'm done walking.
But we're
for
getting
a
up
while.
there,
Yeah.
We're getting up there.
Oh yeah, you just had a birthday. You are getting up there.
Shut up.
You're on the downslide.
Wow. Excuse
Isn't
you,
that
sir.
what you said? You're past middle age or something?
So the average lifespan of a human is like 76. And you put that between like what a female and male or whatever, and it's 76, which you think it's a lot higher, but it's actually
No, it's not
an
that.
average. And so I turned 38, so I am technically now middle age, which is
Yeah.
crazy to me. So, but my body knows it is because I wake up in the morning and everything cracks, and it's one of those things that you're just like, oh, I'm a glow stick,
Yeah.
and it hurts. And
It's
Tylenol is my
real.
new best friend, and.
Father time is real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I have I'm anemic. And so the other day after that wedding, I didn't realize like how, I use the hold fast harnesses. And so I have 2 cameras that are, hitting my thighs all day. And on my right thigh, I have a massive bruise. Massive bruise. It's just from my camera just hitting the same spot all day. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Speaking of cameras, this episode is being filmed on a Nikon Z6 III.
It's
Yeah.
Shay's.
Nikon Z6 III. We're testing it out, seeing how it works.
I mean, we can see ourselves, so we can see it's recording this time.
I've never been a fan of the flippy screen because I felt like I never really needed one.
Oh, no, we need one.
But this is cool to be able to look at there and see like, okay, yeah, there's a red bar around the image. That means we're recording, and I didn't screw something up.
We assume.
Yeah, we assume there's probably a memory card in there. I hope.
Look, if something else screws up this time, we're done.
We're done.
We're getting new co-hosts.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But yeah, so playing with that, the Z6 III. So I've shot a few images with it to bounce around where it wasn't on our script, but I shot a few images with it. It has the sensor seems a little bit more contrasty, and it seems the white balance seems a little warmer.
Okay.
So the best way for me to explain it is like it looks more like a D750.
Okay.
It renders, the images render more
Which
like
you
a
love.
D750. Now, I haven't played with the images on the camera yet. That's just, I haven't put them on the computer. That's just on the camera. So maybe once I get them in the computer, then it may be just like a regular image, it's not like the Z9 image for sure.
Oh, there's
It's
that much
not-
of a
no.
difference?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. It's not the Z9 image.
Interesting.
And not to say it's better or worse or whatever. It's just, it's not, it doesn't seem like it's that. And then, what's really weird? Having a shutter again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you have that shutter. The first time I was like, hey, what was that? And they're like, oh yeah, there's a shutter in this camera.
Ooh, that
So,
noise.
yeah.
Oh.
So that was kind of different. So, but yeah, I played with it. I shot actually when Steven and Tori were working, I shot a little bit on the 135 1.8 with it.
Nice.
I shot a little bit on with the 50 on it. I actually had it in my bag and I hadn't even used it yet. I had just set it up, and Steven was there hanging out, and I said, hey Steven, can you get my camera out of my bag and put the 50 millimeter lens on there? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure. And he grabs it, and I was like, yeah, the camera on the left there. And he's like, son of a.
Oh, he messaged me yesterday, and he's having that purchase.
I didn't even respond. He messaged me too, and I didn't
Oh
respond.
yeah. Oh, okay, good, great. We're gonna time stamp those and see who he messaged first, because I told him. So he was like, oh, I really want to get the Z. He's like, I think I want to sell one of my cameras and then pay the difference and get the Z6 III or whatever. And I was like, no. And then he goes, oh, but I also really want this, lens or whatever. I was like, no. Save your damn money. You don't need it. You shoot with us all the time. Just borrow our crap too.
Yeah, he can borrow my Z6.
Yeah, borrow our stuff.
Anytime he can
It's
borrow
fine.
that. I'll tell him. I will tell him he can borrow it. But, you know, the
Yeah,
selling.
itchy eye.
Sorry, yeah, something in my. The selling of the Z6 II is your pace past that.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get it. It's too late. You're not gonna get anything for
Right.
it that's gonna be significant enough. But I mean, you can get something for it, but
It's not going to be as
Sure.
much as he thinks.
no, it's not gonna be much to think. So
I think he
I'll
just
tell him to
needs
go
to
see John.
just
John might have people who are looking for a Z6 too.
Well, and wait for Black Friday too, like to see if there's anything. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not you're not going to get any deal, I don't think, on a body, but especially the ones he wants. But and we're still holding out hope for that 35 too.
Yeah, and he'd be. I mean, I wouldn't. He knows what he wants, but I feel like he'd be better off getting the 85 to match his 51 too.
Oh, me too. But don't tell him that. No, shut up.
Yeah, no, I mean if he's gonna do something,
Yeah.
like that's the same price and.
Well, he gets like that purchase. We all do, though, to be honest. We all get like that, oh, we haven't bought anything in a while. What do we need? What do we want?
Yeah.
Like when I just bought what did I buy? The 135 and the 105.
How you like that 105?
I love it.
It's so
I
good.
love it. It's so sharp. It's so clean. And actually, the past weekend when I was doing the ceremony and I used the 135, I love it. I absolutely love everything about
That
it.
135 is fine.
It's so nice. And
thing
I
is-
haven't even thought about my 7200. Like I was actually thinking the other day as I was shooting that wedding, I was like, when I travel back and forth, I'm not going to bring my big think tank bag. I'm going to bring my smaller one, the one that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you gave me, because I can use that as a carry-on. I'm never going to check a camera bag. Like I'm never going to have that underneath a plane and then, something happens.
Yeah.
So I want a smaller bag. But how am I going to fit everything I know I need? I know I need 2 camera bodies. I know I need a multitude of lenses, but which ones am I going to bring? And I was thinking about it the other day. I do not want to bring a 7200 because it's just too big, too heavy, too clunky. It takes up too much space. I think I've kind of narrowed this down. The 35, when it comes out, if it comes out. But otherwise, I'll bring my other 35, the 1.8, a 50,
Yeah.
the 85,
Yeah.
and the 135. That's
All you
it.
need.
That's all you need. And then
Or
harness.
2470. No?
If I'm on my prime
35?
kick,
Yeah.
like I've been, then no. Or I'll just keep the 35 at home and use the 2470.
Yeah.
Because I use the 2470 a little bit this last weekend.
You see
But
Sigma or Tamron? I don't have it. I think Tamron came out with a 28 to 70 1.8, or is it a
I don't know.
17 to 28 1.8?
I didn't-
They came out with it might be. Yeah, you might have to look that up.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it just came, and so I saw somebody reviewed it. I'm like, wow, it's a pretty big lens if you look at it compared to a regular. I think it's the 130. I think it's a 17 to 35 or 17 to 28. 1.8. I was like, that's fancy.
Let's look here. God, I haven't been on the Tamron website in a hot minute. Because I have not
And it could be Sigma.
needed to. So you think it might be Sigma, because if they just came out with it, it'd be on their front page.
Yeah.
Oh, a horse. Yeah, no, I have not. Let's look here. This is like where we play background music, like.
Yeah.
There's a coming soon thing. There's a 1.4, 14, 15, 16, 17. They're just going through all the numbers now.
Yeah. I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll report back on that.
We'll
But
report back.
if put it in the comment if you see it.
Yeah.
So we can know to find it and which one it actually is. But I saw it might have been like Gerald Undone or something who did a
I think
review
these are
on
all
it.
just the prime lenses I'm looking at, actually. Nikon.
I don't know if it's for the Nikon mount though.
Oh, I thought.
No, it's just I don't know if it's for the Nikon mount.
Oh,
It's
I
just-
thought it was. Usually
but
what
yeah,
we're talking about.
that came out, so it's big though.
It's a big one?
Yeah, it's a big boy.
What'd you think the number was?
17 to 28. Try that.
It was 17 to 70.
No, it's not that.
It. So I don't think it's Sigma then.
That's crazy.
Ah, that's where we digress.
Yeah.
This is why we have a
Yeah.
script.
And I'm the one who just like got us all off of script.
No, that happens a lot. We were talking about the slow season and all that, and I think it's one of the things that I think is really difficult for people is staying positive during the slow season, because for a lot of us, especially in Arizona, there's not much to do. You know, people aren't getting married. People aren't booking as much. You know, I know for my August, I was going to take the entire month of August off because we were going to be moving.
Yeah.
And so I ended up only booking like maybe 5 shoots. So I was incredibly bored. You know, my husband's like, take advantage of that, take a break, relax, do nothing. I'm not a do nothing kind of person. Like, yeah, like even when I'm at home, I'm doing something. You know, I can't just lay in bed and binge watch a show all day unless I'm sick. So, you know, how, as photographers, as creatives, you know, we're always trying to do something creative, trying to do something next. So like, how do you stay positive during that busy season or the slow season? What are you trying to do to, you know, not lose your edge there, you know, and feel like you're out of the game? You know, what are some of the things that we as photographers can do, as creatives can do?
You asking me?
I'm
that?
asking you.
Oh, you know, I just, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube channels, you know, just to like see different perspectives, to see different what people are doing with different stuff. I watch that. I don't shoot enough. I should probably shoot more, like just go out and do some more shooting. But I do look up a lot of YouTube videos and kind of try to come up with a couple of different things that I'm going to implement through that season. Like I'm going to try to work on posing like this, brides sitting, or whether it's brides, you know, walking, or, you know, like whatever. I feel like I seen some cool stuff, and I try to like implement, you know, those shots in every wedding until I kind of get comfortable with it and add it into my repertoire. I use that big word. You like that? Huh?
I like the end. Repertoire. Sound very French.
Yeah, French. You know, the Olympics were in Paris, so.
Oh, God, I didn't watch any of it. I didn't watch any of it.
Oh,
no.
my God, it was so good.
Like because I was really jealous that a lot of the equestrian events were at Versailles, and I've always wanted to go to Versailles. So I was like, Brandon, we should like look at last minute tickets, and he's like, you're on crack.
I told you to relax, but not like that.
I know, like, come on. No, I think it's, you know, and I agree with you. I think it's like kind of thinking ahead, you know, trying to get excited for what's coming next and what you can do. And it's not necessarily something you have to do right now. You know, I know that one of the things that I've been thinking about too recently is like, you know, shooting with my second shooters and stuff and having them get those safe shots. And I'm trying to, you know, become more creative and using the light in different ways and things like that. So having them get those safe shots while I'm planning the next thing and trying to get something creative. And I agree, like posing and stuff. You know, I don't want to be one of those cookie cutter posers. But, you know, I don't want people
posing as a cookie cutter posing.
Yeah. Like I want to be, you know, I want somebody to recognize my work for what it is and not because it's the same thing over and over again. So, I totally agree. I also got my camera gear cleaned.
Yeah.
That's
John
something you need to do in the
you
slow
bought it.
season.
Yeah, he told me you bought. I take myself over there all the time. I just like have a camera in my car, and I'm like, when I go talk to him, I was like, hey.
Well, not just the sensor either, because like,
no, he cleans my lenses.
clean the whole thing.
And
That's
also,
what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of like a nice deep clean. I probably should do that after Hawaii actually, because you know we're on the beach a lot of sand and hanging out with the kids, running around the beach.
Oh yeah.
Photos. So
I think a lot of people don't really know to do that. Like they clean like maybe the outside and stuff, and they're just like, okay, but no, you got to do a deep clean and get it done. Like don't risk ruining it yourself, doing it yourself.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
And I think he ratted you out too, because me and you both had a sunburn on the corners of our 85s.
Oh,
or
really?
you had an 85 burn on your corner, and I had a slight burn on one of my cameras.
Oh, really? My 85.
Yeah.
I had to.
You had to send it in.
Send it in, but.
Yeah, it was
better
back.
than ever.
Yeah, my little sunburn it was so minuscule. It was like on the side. He goes, it's not going to affect a thing. I'm like, okay, cool, good, because I don't want to send it in.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. So, yeah, moving on. We digress. We're also incredibly hungry right now.
Yeah, so
that's
we're
kind of where that
gonna
focus
get through this
went,
so we can eat.
Right. So Canon had a couple big announcement launches a few weeks back now, month back or so. Their R1, and then the R5 Mark II.
R5 Mark II, yeah.
So their R1 is supposed to be the flagship, I guess, the comparison to the
fake
Z9,
flagship.
the fake flagship. And we're bias obviously here, but the way I look at this is that it's like iPhone and Android. You're comparing iPhone and Android. I'm not gonna what?
I'm listening.
I hate the shut up.
I'm listening.
This is the one thing we disagree on.
Loading up my clip right now here. What are you about to say?
Well, it's like in the community, you're either Nikon or Canon. There's really no. I mean, there's some of us will see the benefits of both and whatnot, and it's usually when you're a teenager or whatever, you get your first phone. It's whatever your parents get you, and then that's what you just keep growing with, and as photographers, it's usually whatever you just get, and that's what you keep growing with. But the way that I look at this camera, after, we did some research. Now, I've never shot with this camera.
Yourselves.
I've never shot with this camera, but I've read enough like blogs and things and from people who have shot with this camera, this R1. And the way that I see this is Canon is launching a product saying that we have this, that we're the first for this, and we've got this, and blah, blah, blah. But Nikon's had this for like 2 years or so. So Nikon is Android. Canon is Apple. And Nikon has had all these things for a while. They just don't market the product as, they don't push it as much as Canon does, in my opinion. So Nikon has this amazing Z9, this wonderful flagship camera that's been around for, what are we at, 3 years now?
Yeah.
3 years now, which is so crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So crazy.
I'm sure there's another one. We're probably like a year out from another one, I would imagine.
The Z9 II, probably. Yeah, maybe.
Global shutter.
Yeah, which I'm sure we'll end up buying immediately the night it comes out, whatever, even if we don't need it.
Yeah. Z6 III.
Oh, my God. I didn't buy it. You did. And then, the R1, like, it has all of these. It's a decent camera. But from what I've been reading is, like, people who are Nikon shooters or Canon shooters, a lot of Canon shooters have shot with this, and they're like, you know what, I think I'm going to go Z9.
Yeah.
For a lot of different reasons.
Same thing. I've been seeing a lot of Canon shooters saying, like, this is not a flagship camera.
No.
It doesn't do all the things it needs to do. The sensor's not even as big. And so I could see, but the Mark II, whatever 5, what is it called? Whatever 5.
R5.
R5.
Mark
There we go.
II.
Mark II. There we go. So the R5 Mark II, I definitely have heard good things about that on the video specs.
I think a lot of people are going to go that route.
Yeah, the video specs are the dynamic range and stuff on that
is really good. Yeah. I'm wondering how many of those we're going to be seeing out. So I'm sure quite a few.
Tori needs to get something.
I think she bought that. But she's got the R5. What, like 2 years ago?
I thought she had like still mirrorless.
That is a mirrorless.
I mean, not mirrorless. I thought DSLR.
No, she has. Well, maybe as her backup. But no, she has a mirrorless. She has a really good one. Tori's. She can shoot with a film camera and
looks good.
It shows up as a mirrorless. I mean, she's got that eye. But this R1, they love to market the low light situation and how it can shoot in that and such forth. And Z9's the same, and a lot of these specs are the same, if not better, with the Z9. I think one of the things, the Z9's burst shooting is definitely more impressive. Mm-hmm. The camera bodies look very similar. They're both large and clunky, so work out them shoulders.
Yeah.
I really think that this camera that they've released is just really playing catch up to Nikon. I don't think it's anything that was not. I don't think it's anything new. I think it's just it was coming from the Canon point of view, but it's nothing new, and it's also more expensive than the Z9. So
one of the specs that I saw on that I did really like is that eye detect, that eye focus, where you just look at something and it knows what you're looking at and focuses on that.
Which is odd. I don't know how that works.
I want to do it because it's one of those things I feel like you have to do it to like really appreciate it or understand it. But like I was watching some guys and they were just like, you just look at the area and it knows what you're looking at. It focuses on it. I'm like, that is crazy.
So it would have to adapt to each person's eye though,
yeah, you
right?
have to calibrate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you
you
have to
can't,
calibrate it.
calibrate it, not adapt. It's a fucking machine. It's not a robot. Yeah, it's
AI.
not, yeah. Oh my god, we're not getting into the Will Smith
But
iRobot.
yeah, it looks
genre.
pretty cool. That feature, and then some of the features with the sport where the basketball or soccer, and where
Yes.
it knows to follow the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, those things are definitely impressive. I mean, we'll see how that. I guess they use these at the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, but what was really cool is you see a lot of pictures of the photographers out there, and you see a lot of Z9s.
Oh yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
No, Nikon's been doing a great job
Well,
catching up, and I think that
It's been 3 years
Yeah.
because remember the Z9 was at the last Olympics.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
'cause it was just
It was
it
just-
wasn't
it
even
was-
released to the public yet.
Yeah,
it was just out for
and so now
testing.
it's-
Yeah, so there was a lot of Z9s at the Olympics, and that was really nice to see. So
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the Z9 was the most
used.
used camera. That's
Yeah.
the word. That's the most used camera from what I was looking at.
Right,
I watched a ton of Olympics. I saw a ton of.
I didn't watch it, like I said. I saw the pictures at the end afterwards.
Hey, that's all that
That's
really
all that
matters.
matters. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
like
pictures.
I was not involved this year.
So, if anybody knows this, I'm gonna be looking into this. But this is something I want to try to do for Los Angeles because the next Olympics are in LA. So I want to try to
Oh.
get a pass. I want to try to be a photographer at the Olympics.
How do you?
I don't even know how you even go, but I know that
You have to start now.
Yeah, and then I know that Nikon has like a booth set up there, and you can like borrow lenses, borrow camera bodies, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to start working on that. And I've shot basketball. I've
Right.
shot a lot of golf, PGA golf stuff. So
Yes.
I might have done enough to get the credentials to do that, maybe. But I'm gonna try to look into it and see how I can do it. That'd be kind of cool.
I wonder if we can look that up.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things on my bucket list is to shoot the Olympics.
Oh, I wish I could spell.
Yeah, it would just I don't know if I'd want to shoot everything, and I don't know how it works if you
Yeah, I
like
wonder if
get
you get
the
to like choose or.
yeah, they
send
just say
you
you do
else.
this or but whatever it is, I shot enough of a lot of cool things that I probably would be fine.
Be a member of the press working on assignment.
Yeah.
Submit a letter of assignment. Use professional camera equipment. I would assume that would be a
Yeah.
priority. Attend mandatory photo meetings and agree to use photos for non-commercial editorial purposes. Those are the credentials. Like doesn't seem that difficult.
that doesn't seem difficult.
Sets a quota for press accreditations. A National Olympic Committee distribute them to press organizations. I assume there's like some little. There are no formal education requirements to become a sportsman. Many have college or art school degrees. So you're probably just competing with people who have like actual like formal degrees in those genres. But those are,
Yeah, I think I can probably get in. I
think
like,
so, too.
I feel like if I put my mind to it and try to do it, I could do it. And if
I'll
I
be
didn't,
your
it's
bitch.
just- it'll be fun. Be in LA, hanging out, yeah, it'd be good. My
I
uncle
hate
lives-
LA, but
my uncle lives there, so we have a place to stay.
yeah. The cool uncle that I met.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, moving on. Let's get into wedding season.
Wedding season, yeah. So I started off my wedding season. I haven't shot a wedding. We talked about that just a few minutes ago about shooting and getting a wedding. I haven't shot a wedding, but I've DJ'd like 4 weddings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool to jump back into it and get my feet wet in that way.
Yeah.
Doing a lot more DJing this year, but also doing a ton of photography. It just so happens that I'm starting off the year doing DJing.
Well, you're a man of many talents. You have a lot of things going on and stuff with your
Irons in the
background.
fire.
You fucking stupid ass. You have a lot of side gigs too with not just photos. So you're just kind of the wedding industry man.
International
man of weddings. And
Yeah.
there's got to be a better way to
Yes, probably.
advertise that.
We'll work on
We'll
that.
work on that. It'll take
Dance
us 4
floor-
episodes
yeah, the
to
dance-
come up with a name for
the
that.
dance floor is rocking though.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's good.
It's kicking butt right.
That's good. I love that dance floor. It's really cool. I try and anytime somebody asks for a DJ, like any of my brides ask for a DJ, I try and put that in there too. Like, oh, y'all need this really cool dance floor too. But most of my brides already have, they have the venues that come with the DJ.
Yeah.
So most of them actually already have like you guys, because it's usually, the venues that I work at all the time. And, I have a couple weddings coming up at new venues that I've never shot at. So I'm excited for those. And, you know what I've been reminiscing a lot about lately is my Ireland wedding, because I'm writing a blog post about it right now or a blog about it. And I'm, just reminiscing about it, like every detail. And I want to go back so bad that I contacted the bride and groom, because we're friends with them. And they've actually since moved, because he's a contractor with the military.
Okay.
And so they moved to Alabama. And but they love it. They bought a cute house. It's so adorable. It's typical, Southern home, And so I hit her up the other day to ask her some questions for the blog post. And I was like, would you guys want to maybe like next year or the year after, like go to Ireland again, like just us four? And immediately, like, she got him on the phone and was like, okay, we're going to plan this, we're going to plan that. Like, so
cool.
We're going to do it. But like,
It's happening.
I don't think Brandon really paid attention because he was still sleeping in the group chat, but like, so he's going, he just, I don't think realizes it. But yeah, we're going to make it happen. And I want to go to the castle again where they got married and like all that. But I just realized there's some weddings that you just always remember because they're just that special. And obviously for many reasons of this one, I mean, we were in Ireland, duh. We shot in a castle, duh. But the couple, we walked away with friends for life.
Yeah.
And I love that about our industry is we have these amazing people that we meet along the way, and they become friends for life. Yeah. And so, I think the wedding that we just did this past weekend too, that me and Tim shot, they were like the same way. Like, that's a couple you can see us like, hey, we're in North Carolina where they live. Like, what y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
Looking forward to that.
And speaking of like weddings abroad, I just booked that Milan,
You
that
did?
wedding in Milan. So that's really cool.
Yay!
So yeah, I'm excited
I'm so
about
jealous.
that. Got to get my passport renewed and all that stuff. But
It took like 4 weeks for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. So
We didn't even do the expedited. It was just,
okay. I'm gonna do it now. That way it's
Do it.
done. And but yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's going to be amazing. It's going to be so beautiful. When is that?
That's in April. So
Oh, yeah.
mid-April. So yeah,
That'll
it'll
be amazing.
Nice little birthday present for me. And
Yeah.
so that'd be cool. I'm excited about that. So that's
So we're all going to start fighting over who's going to go with you, even though none of us are really going with you.
yeah, like we did with
Like
you.
we did for you, yeah. When you guys thought like my husband wasn't going to be able to go,
Yeah.
and you guys were all like, all right, so who gets to take a spot? And I was like, I didn't invite any of you.
Or when Steven was like, he's the only one small enough to
Right,
fit in a suitcase.
There's a weight limit.
But that's not true because
I'm just
Evan probably
kidding.
could fit in a suitcase too.
Tori could squeeze it. No, Aaron would be able to squeeze in there. I think he's the littlest.
Aaron,
he's the littlest, don't you think?
No, I think Evan is the right.
Oh, Evan, yeah, Evan's the littlest for sure. Evan's the littlest. He can totally, and he has chameleons. He knows how to like contour,
He looks kind of bendy.
He's bendy. I bet he's bendy. We'll ask his wife.
Whoa.
But now there's those weddings that you just don't forget, and I know I have. I know I have some amazing couples coming up that are the same, just talking to them and doing their engagement shoots and stuff. And we've had so much fun so far,
Nice.
just, doing all of that. And it's just kind of reaffirming why we're in this industry, because it's a lot of work. And
It's very rewarding.
I have to tell you a story.
Oh, story time.
Story time.
Yes.
And by you, I mean everybody else, because you've probably already seen this. So I'm shooting this wedding this weekend. The world is so small, you guys. This is.
I did see.
You did see this, so I'm gonna tell the world this story.
I act like I didn't know.
You act like you don't know.
So what happened?
Oh my God, girl, let's dish.
Oh my God.
So Tim and I are getting
Shut
ready
your
to
mouth
shoot.
and keep on talking.
I feel like that's something like maybe your grandma used to
My
say.
mom says that
Your mom
all
says,
the time.
okay, all right. So Tim and I are getting ready to shoot the ceremony. So we're just like lined up in the back. We're just standing at the back at this point, just kind of like taking our little break, while the bridal party's getting lined up inside. And so we have a little bit of time, and guests are still walking in, and we're just chilling there. And I see this little blonde girl walk around the corner, and I look at her and I immediately recognize her, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I have to look at her arm because she has tattoos all over her arm. And I was like, it's her. And I go, Sid? And she just looks at me, and we both start crying, and we run to each other and hug. Now, people are probably like, oh my God, okay, cool, you saw a friend. No, you don't understand. I have not seen her in about almost 5 years now. our significant others were in pilot training together in Texas. So this is the last time I've seen her was in Texas. And she was like my ride or die, like everything we did together when she was there, because they did, her and her significant other, eventually husband, was in pilot training, and she was still in college in Ohio. So they did the long distance thing. And so every time she would come and visit, which was probably like once a month, we would always spend time together while they were flying, doing, working. So we would go riding horses, we would go, exploring, going to lunch, all this kind of stuff. She was my person. And obviously the military takes you apart, so they moved to Idaho, and I was here, obviously. So she had thought I already moved. So she had no reason
that makes sense.
to contact me. She's military. She's active duty as well. She's an officer. She does like cyber, and so she's busy. She's works a lot,
Yeah.
And so she was a guest. She was the +1 of one of the groomsmen. She still lives in Idaho. No reason to be down here other than she's this +1. No reason to contact me because she thinks we moved.
Yeah.
And we just so happened to be at the same wedding, same venue, all of this. And so the rest of the night we were both like my heart dropped in my butt because I was just like, so, oh my God. So since, all of the pilot stuff and everything, or the training and everything, like her and her husband had since divorced and whatnot. So she was just a friend of this guy and whatnot, but they had been deployed together. And so that's how they knew each other. And it was just such a small world. And it just it could not have been like a better way to start the first wedding of the season.
That's cool.
And I know you saw that because I posted this picture because Tim,
hugging and,
being the amazing, person that he is and photographer, he didn't even understand the situation. But he just saw us crying and hugging, and he just
later.
Yes, and he did. He took a whole bunch of pictures, and I had the most unflattering face in
Ugly
a bunch
cry?
of them. Oh, I was ugly cry. I had my lips all froggy.
You do have an ugly cry, too.
I do. I had a Kim
I saw it at
Kardashian
Steven's
cry.
wedding.
Shut up. I held it together very well, thank you. Well, not it. No.
The first one?
No. I did. Oh no, with that one I was bawling.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there with my cell phone,
The second one was to the same person, by the way.
Yes. It was just, it was it
Right?
was just a big ceremony.
Yeah.
And I was professional at that one because I had to shoot the wedding.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was such a cool experience, and just another reason that we, do what we do is just those special moments. And this just happened to be a special moment for me.
That's cool.
So afterwards, we're taking the, I go up to the groomsmen they're lining up, and, people are still seated down. So it's not like I'm not interrupting anything. And I go up to him and I go, "Are you here with Sydney?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, and I told him the story, and he was like, "No way." And this was one of those guys that's just already kind of half out there. And he was just so excited for us, and
That's
one of
cool.
those guys. And it was just really a cool thing. And yeah, it was just a special moment for me.
That's cool. That's a good way to reunite, especially you weren't expecting
It was,
and
yeah.
just,
It was
super fun.
really, really neat. But yeah, it was one of those moments. So I love weddings. They just bring everybody together.
That's why we do it.
It's why we do it, But man, no, we were hit with a really good wedding that night. So I know you guys were too. So
Yeah, we were good. We didn't get rained on, so that was good.
we got a little bit of sprinklage, but not much. Not a couple drops fell, and that was it. But
Yeah.
the skies were perfect all day.
Yeah, that's
All day.
That's good.
So yeah, we have. This was kind of our reintroduction back into filming today. We had some technical difficulties and whatnot. So
I think we should add story time into every.
We should have story
We should
time.
add story time, little wedding story or a fun little story. We should
Right.
add story time. That's going to be a new thing.
in
Story
replacement
time.
of what Kristin's pissed off about today.
Yeah. Kristen's rage session, not today. We're going to do story time.
My rage session for today. My son is now 13 and a total ass teenager
Yeah. Taller than you.
and taller than me,
Yeah.
and he knows it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we got a parrot,
I mean, but do you want him to be shorter than you, really, though?
kind of right now, because I
No,
can
you don't
still have
want
that
him to
one
be-
up
You don't
on
want to
him.
be the short kid.
No, but did you hear my last part? We got a parrot.
Yeah,
That's my
I see.
rage
Yeah,
of the day.
That's your new meme. You send the parrot as memes. Every time
He's kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, people will message me now, like my followers and stuff. They'll message me and they'll be like, "We haven't gotten an update on the bird today. Where's the update?" And I'm like, "Fine.
Bird's the word.
Bird's a word." He's kind of cool, but he yells all day. He just yells if you don't pay him enough attention. But I guess so do I. So
There you
You
go.
know.
Poor Brandon.
No. Yeah. He's the one that wanted the damn bird, so
That's crazy.
he did it to himself. So yeah,
I thought that's why you get married.
to get yelled at.
So you didn't have to do it to yourself.
No, because when you get married, it happens less.
And on that note,
And on that note, this wasn't really a full photo session. We were just drinking because we're hungry.
Yeah.
Our next episode, we are going to have a special guest on. We are
Yes.
going to talk with Evan, and he is a portrait photographer, one of our second shooters as well.
Yeah, portrait
And-
master.
Portrait master.
yeah. So, yeah, we'll have Evan
Can you
on
say
every-
that every time he talks?
Yeah, portrait master.
So just anytime he talks, just in the background, go.
Portrait master. Yes, I'm doing it. It's a done deal.
Who's calling you now? Which one of your kids got stuck on something again?
No, please not. Please no. Hitler's first day of school. I don't want the school calling.
Facts. I know.
He's like, fun fact, parents know this. He's like, Dad, so I get to play, and then when I go to poop, I have to wipe my own butt. Yeah, I mean, so I was like, yep, that's what
That's
you're
exactly
doing.
what
And I have to wash
happens.
my hands after I wipe my butt, and I have to listen to the teacher. I'm like, yep, those are all things that you have to do. He's like,
Yes.
okay, I can do it.
Just don't poop at school.
Yeah.
Wait till you get home.
Just don't poop at school.
Wipe my butt. Well,
All right, friend.
good talk.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll be more, we got more things to talk about next episode with Evan.
Yeah.
We'll bring it back. Thanks for joining us on the shit show.
Yes.
I'm Kristin the boss.
And I'm Shay, a.k.a. Shay the Shooter.
Shoot it up.
Let's go eat.
Yeah, I'm starving, man. Let's go to BJ's.
Yeah.